pew, pew, pew. Shea, the power. The power.
Power.
The power.
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 Shea. Power.
Merry Christmas, Shay.
Merry Christmas, Shea.
We've got a new announcement coming next week.
That it will continue to be
the
power.
We've got a new name coming. Don't worry.
I think we ain't done yet.
I think we ain't done yet.
It's gonna be y'all two just sitting here playing music and saying boo 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 to each other.
Smoking.
Could be the smoke power hour section.
Oh.
Nah, we'll leave it out like it is.
I had to scroll up. The chat was all just people asking or talking, hollering at Katie. Then I guess it ended because then it shifted to, all right, where's Shay? We're dominating the chat over here.
See, Cordell likes this music.
Oh, this
Somebody
beat,
said the music was.
this beat goes
Cordell,
hard.
somebody said the music wasn't playing. See,
Mac Daddy Donk said my favorite, The Lloyd Show.
And no, it's the Power Hour, baby.
Except you
We
ain't got
talking
no
curtain.
Mac Daddy Donk out here, do you? It's been used.
Oh, he's got it right there. Let me get a little hit of that.
The rat got it.
Oh yeah, Greg might have taken off with some. Do we know about anything about him? Have we got an update?
Kenny Stalter Bean 9198 on Twitter. Shady.
Flick that bean.
My boy.
off the beans, baby.
Off the beans.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna catch up now so that I'm gonna be very live on this chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Shade in bad mood.
No, I'm not in a bad mood. I'm in a great mood.
Sorry, Shade.
Say what you're thankful for this Christmas.
What am I thinking? I think it's a season of giving.
I think it's a season of fucking takeout.
So what you're saying is we should give the name back.
No. I'm handling everything behind the scenes now. Y'all two are cut out.
Oh, we're banned from making PR moves.
Y'all are off my PR squad.
Where's my phone? I'm about to tweet.
Take us off the social media.
All right,
Charles County Matters seems worried. He's asking, are we alive?
We
must have just been not moving for a second.
We just did a couple. Hey, got to pay some bills. As my friend Perry White always says.
All right, now let's
pay them bills.
Get your hashtag Ask Shay in. I'm current on the chat, so I can be rolling through this. See the first 18 minutes of the Power Hour are typically limitless discussions,
Red Bull
discussions. So we've skipped all that.
I know.
We're right into the good stuff.
I feel like I don't have a role now.
Damn.
Ask Shay, Crown or Jack. I don't drink either of those.
Wow, you don't drink.
He's a Red Bull vodka guy.
You don't drink whiskey?
No.
If you could have one, eggnog?
No, I don't. Not one of the eggnog.
What's your drink of choice for the holidays? If you and Emily you have a bar card. I've been to your house.
Well, a nice glass of wine is always good.
Oh, he's that guy.
See, y'all, that life y'all are living, y'all got to be drinking Crown or Jack because y'all just be going through it. Just
get this out of the way.
I prefer tequila.
I prefer anything that gives me a little power.
Give me a little tequila soda with a lime.
Tequila soda with a lime. What about you, Lloyd?
Anything that is above
Taka.
45. No. I love that. My thing with vodka is there's no difference in any of it. It all tastes the same because you're using a mixer.
Dana Kraft is back.
Oh, the bowl.
RBV for life.
See?
Oh, man. Okay. Stephen Miller, Yo Shay, when you going to start calling out dudes that recycle on threes? Content is their own. Man, are we back into this? Is just everyone's
It's just
calling
a spite
each other
hour.
out. I'm not involved in any of that, man. I got blinders on. I don't really care.
I do feel like we put you in a bad spot.
I mean,
you're the nicest guy I know.
I need to read these questions before I read them out loud.
Yeah,
and he's like in the middle.
He's
of
in the seventh circle of hell. Like I was born in the dark. And he's like, can somebody turn the lights on?
She is Italy.
Yeah,
and we are the U.S.
Yes.
And we're battling the USSR right now.
Exactly. We got to combine powers or forces.
Are you
Share the force.
Are you gonna let the USSR take over Italy, or are you gonna let the Americans in?
My man Cordell Music said he's on that Taylor Port. You drink any Taylor Port?
Cool. If you send some, I'll drink it.
I was about to say, I've heard that's really dangerous.
Sounds like it.
If it's over 45% alcohol, we got to get to that like 110 proof.
Yeah.
And then maybe I'll feel something.
Oh, damn. So you don't feel nothing
So
under
kinda
45?
Maybe I'll start being in a giving mood.
So that sounds like you're an alcoholic.
We don't label here.
Okay.
I grew up how I grew up.
Yeah.
You gotta get in where you fit in.
Oh,
I got you.
H, I'm going to guess this is going to be my boy Hunter with $10 in the chat.
Sheath the power.
I think that was probably Hunter. It was Hunter Fournette.
Hunter
But
Fournette.
then it came with the message of get over it. Hunter's got $10.
You want to give him, give CB $10, and then we're all square.
Yeah, we'll be back.
Oh, man.
Settle it.
Okay.
Mac Daddy Donk, thank you for your service.
Cordell Music is actually doing well here. Ask Shea, do you think we'll get to 35 signed? All right, signing day begins Wednesday, ends Friday. So that's when the bulk of guys will be committing. They're at 25 right now. I think that they'll add a couple more high school guys. Probably 27. Let's just call it around 27. Brian Kelly said they'll be between the mid to high 30s when you add portal guys. So now the discussion becomes, do they add, in this case, 8 portal guys? I think for sure. 10? About that, I think.
Well, when you start talking about how...
So Cordell's asking 35 total signed. I think yes.
When you start talking about recruiting and portal and the number that they're out, where do you think they get more from? How many recruits are left on the board as opposed to...
Oh, for sure, portal. Because they have 25 recruits commit. I bet they sound like 27 high school guys or in that range, 26, 27, and then get 10 or more portal guys. So a lot more high school than portal, which is the goal. It was flipped last year.
Right, it had to be.
But then Brian Kelly said that the goal is ultimately to have the roster in a spot where you're only taking like high 20s every year. Not like need 40 dudes to come show
Yeah,
up.
who else is at the portal? We need help.
Y'all want to play?
Yeah, I need players.
Ask Shea, Brian Burgess, no eggnog. I don't know. I've never liked eggnog.
Me neither. Not a big eggnog
What
guy.
about a white Russian?
What is that?
The dude.
The dude.
I don't like anything with milk in it.
Yeah, I'm out.
But I like milk, but not.
Yeah, I'm out. Milk and liquor don't mix.
Nah.
It's like eating ice cream and liquor. Same thing to me.
Little cognac?
Yeah.
Cognac. Bill Frere asked Shea, or Frere. D-line, who are we getting, high school or portal? This has been all the rage, Stewie and Lloyd on the boards. Everyone's freaking out that LSU doesn't have interior
We don't
linemen.
have any D linemen right now. Well, we do.
Mason
They
Smith.
do.
Smith's going to be back next year.
So you got Mason Smith and Mekhi Wingo as your top interior guys.
Jacoby
Then you have Guillory behind them. This is presuming Jaquelin Roy does go pro. You don't know what you've got in Ty G. Hill. Bryce Langston's been on the team a couple years, has never played. So you don't know what you have there. I don't know if they're going to get any high school guys unless they pull off a late flip, which would be great.
Who would be in that conversation?
I don't even know at this
Can't
point.
even give us a ballpark player right now.
Like Amari Washington from Oregon was someone Kane was trying to flip. I just don't see. Losing Deron Reed hurt. He's really good, and he's going to Auburn. So now I think they're going to take up to 3 portal guys on the interior of the D-line, or on the D-line. Jalen Lee, the old Live Oak guy. You remember him?
We'll take him.
You'll take it?
Yeah, I'll take him.
Played a few years at Florida.
Yeah.
Backup.
Yeah.
But that's what you need.
Yeah.
You need some backups.
Depth.
And he could turn into
And, hey, maybe turn into a starter. But they need to rotate those guys. I mean, we saw this year, Mekhi Wingo and Jaquelin Roy played like, I don't even need PFF to tell me they played like 99% of the snaps. They were the only people on the field. So.
Is Jaquelin Roy 100%?
I don't know about 100,
bound?
but yeah, everything seemed that he was going pro.
See, I was just in the camp of after Kayshawn announced, it felt like
You thought a wave of them were
I
coming?
thought we were running this thing back.
I don't know. I think Jaquelin goes pro.
And we also have one more football god who was not a fan of the Eagles talk, came back from another show that was on.
We won't speak on it.
We won't speak on it.
Blinders, guys. Don't worry about
Blinders.
all these other shows. Except worry about one other set of shows.
One show. But he asked Denver Harris,
Okay.
staying in Denver, Colorado, with Prime.
That's actually Boulder, Colorado.
Yeah.
Not Denver.
But I was putting the names together.
Unless you want to make the 40-minute drive every day to campus.
Oh, he can do it quickly.
Yeah. You know about the driving skills, coach.
That was good, Lloyd.
Thank you.
That was good. That was good.
That's why we have you here.
I think so.
That's why he's here.
Now save it. Don't say anything else for like 15 minutes.
Quick improv.
Think about what you're going to do next time.
I never have.
Give him the next bit.
Oh, man. I think Denver, Harris, LSU probably leads there.
The only reason I bring it up, obviously, it was asked in the chat, but I just haven't heard any other schools being mentioned along with LSU. It feels like it's LSU where.
Well, look, a lot of the portal kids will get offers and interest and not put it out there. Like Jalen Lee, for instance, visited LSU this past Friday, as Dad said. Nobody
Knew about that.
I didn't know about that until his dad told us.
Into
So
the portal and came home. It's cool.
And you can remember when Greg Brooks and guys like that went into the portal, as far as the rest of the world was concerned, whether that's via social media or interviews, they put that they were going into the portal, and then like later on they just put they were going to LSU. There was never like, I got Mississippi State offered, Ole Miss offered, LSU just offered. It's
kind of the same thing.
I got a business decision.
Aaron Anderson too.
Aaron Anderson, same way.
Went into the portal.
Went in the portal. Next thing you know, he's got a Hayes Fawcett graphic.
Hey, we'll take him.
And that's some Hayes came in.
That thing was sweet. He probably still already.
Y'all
had
do
that.
know where Hayes is from, huh?
Is he from here?
Y'all know?
Canada.
What the? He goes to Northwestern.
State?
Is he from Natchitoches?
I need a town here.
Like
Alexandria.
Like Port Barry or something.
No, he's from Kinder.
Wow.
Graphics from Kinder. Man made it out the mud.
The literal.
How'd you get a computer?
Dude, no, he was making those on his phone.
Yeah,
no joke.
He's
forever.
been making those things since like,
Until he started working at On 3, I think he got a new computer.
Oh, he works for y'all?
Yeah, he works at On 3.
Bro, you don't like in.
I know who Hayes Fawcett
4
is.
years
I thought
ago, I was seeing Hayes Fawcett graphics.
Everywhere.
Like if a kid was committed, it was from Hayes Fawcett.
and that's why you have.
He was
alerts
making
turned
them on his phone forever. He's making in high school. He was making them on his phone, and into
Bro,
college, and then he started working at On 3.
Did he drop out?
No, he's finishing his degree right now. I talked to him recently, but they got him, I guess, some MacBook Pro or whatever. He told another buddy of mine when they were covering an event. It might have been at the opening or something, some event. And he's from Kinder. I'm not going to do an accent. But he was like, damn, I make these edits so much faster on the computer. He's like, I bet you do.
Dude.
Makes that shit
You
in
made
5
it on
minutes.
one screen.
He's just crushing it now. But shout out Hayes. I've known Hayes since high school. He's a great kid. Hey, nobody gets more scoop than Hayes.
I know.
And you know how you get good scoop? You don't tell anybody anything.
Anything.
I don't know shit actually.
Mm-hmm. I'm just working on this
But
graphic.
also, he's going to A&M or LSU.
Maybe.
Might be Bama.
Maybe Florida.
When you hear me say I'm probably reading questions that are going to stir up controversy that I'm skipping. Oh, Chris Turner. I'm in Atlanta this week watching the show. Feel right at home in Houston. Keep up the recruiting update, Shea. Big shout out, Chris Turner, in the ATL. Oh, Carl got his Founders Day cap. Carl Joseph.
Oh, not the cat?
Not the cat.
I told Carl to get a hat and wear it while he officials. I think that would be great branding for the Bengal Tiger. $1.
What's up, Larry Francis? Okay, Joey Jett asked Shea, is Jalen Brown solid? Hadn't heard much about him recently. So we have talked to folks in his camp a good amount all the way through, and it was always he's going to take other visits. He kind of really didn't. He's stuck with LSU all the way to now. I think what you have to watch here is Miami is landing kids.
The money's coming in.
Money's flowing. Well, they're spending, and don't say it like it's a bad thing. NIL is a part of this now. Miami's doing what they got to do. Miami's playing no bowl game. They're straight recruiting.
This is no bowl game.
They are popping dudes left and right.
We don't have a bowl game, so you want to play?
Jalen Brown is a South Florida kid, obviously, from the area. So I'm monitoring it. You can't not.
Flip watch?
You have to put it on. I've heard nothing that tells me, yo, man, that's who Miami's about to flip. But they wouldn't not be trying to flip him, right? He's in their backyard.
Yeah.
You're trying to make splashes left and right.
Graduate champions is what we were trying to do.
Yep.
So,
And Cristobal is It feels like he's already on kind of thin ice.
Well,
After his first year.
he's a Miami guy, though. He's not up there.
Yeah, it's culture. Worked here. He's a fit.
So I would watch Jaylen Brown. They're good at receiver. They just added Aaron Anderson. You don't want to lose him. You want him and Kyle Parker, your out-of-state guys, to get across the finish line tomorrow. If I hear anything different, I'll let y'all know. But as of right now, we'll catch up with his pops later and see what he's saying. But seems like LSU's still okay. You've made it to 24 hours until signing day, and you hadn't flipped yet. Though Raheem Jarrett and Jermaine Burton did break these two men's heart one day.
Raheem.
When they pulled receiver signing day flips.
That's when it was illegal, too.
It hurt.
It's all right.
Fucking Maryland.
James Witt Fortenberry asked Shea, Mizzou or Wake this Friday? Is that a bowl game?
No, we play Wake. No, we don't. It's probably Mizzou.
Yeah, that's a bowl game, the Gasparilla Bowl.
I'd go Mizzou.
Nah, I'm rocking Wake.
I'm rocking
What's the
Mizzou
spread?
all day.
Let's go.
Come to the zoo.
Yeah, come to the zoo, baby.
Are they playing right now?
Nah, dog. Friday.
Get me there.
Where's that at?
Give me
Gasparilla Bowl
Wake.
is in Florida for sure.
Give me Wake. I don't know the line. Someone else get the line.
I got the lines.
Oh, Dana's back and still not a catfish. Womp womp.
Prove it.
That's what a catfish would say.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Can we ask Shea, Adrian Bailey, any word on DH, which I presume to be Denver Harris?
I think he's talking about baseball.
Oh, no, he's not. I mean, Denver's first visit was LSU. He met with Brian Kelly. There is immediate playing time to be had. He was very interested in LSU coming out of high school. You're trying to convince me the only thing that could throw a wrench in that is Coach Prime.
Yep.
Stewie, you agree?
Yeah.
I mean, Coach Prime comes in with the Louis bag, and
Yeah.
he said he had new people on the way, and it's Louis.
Yeah, and no, because it's like
He's getting Travis Hunter.
right,
You think?
he is.
I don't know. I heard Georgia.
Yeah, I heard Georgia
No
is-
way he would
Georgia
leave
is
Prime.
sneaking in that fight. But
We'll see.
He's diving in the Louis bag.
see, I would say
He better have more in the Louis bag.
I would say like Colorado is kind of like a little bit behind LSU because like he's coming from an SEC school. Why would he want to go to a Colorado team who just came off a 1-win season?
And
New
he's already
coach.
I agree. And he's
he's
already a sophomore. It's
Right.
like in his mind, he may only have a couple years left.
and he's probably like more acclimated with the players on LSU's roster, being that they all got recruited.
I would be
together.
shocked. The only reason that I would think that Denver Harris doesn't come to LSU is because LSU said it's
It's a no-go.
a no-go. So that would be the only way that happens in my mind. And if you're LSU, it's whoever's saying no-go, you got to go.
Me and Uncle Snoop, we believe Denver Harris is coming to LSU. Uncle Snoop just told me.
What, y'all in the locker room together?
I have not heard any time frame or anything about it. But I'd have to think LSU's in as good of a spot as they can be in. You cannot have more available cornerback playing time than they currently offer. So that's about as good as a pitch to a kid who almost was going to go here in the first place. I don't know. We'll see. Quick side note before I keep rolling through the chat. Speaking of Coach Prime and the Louis bag, that you remember, Stu, what was his line? I got more kids coming and they're Louis.
Oh, yeah. You gotta,
Well, you saw your boy Toviano pulled out the Louis bag.
I did see that.
Yeah. And then people freaked out because he opened the bag and the lining was red and they thought it meant Georgia. That just means you got to be hip to what the Louis lining is.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you gotta know what
I
the
mean,
Louis
yeah.
looks like on
If
the
you don't know
inside.
what the bag is, you don't know. You ain't never
Right.
been to Italy?
Yeah, they've never been to Italy.
I loved how he's sort of also too like
Was that an Oregon hat?
yeah, like at no point in his process did he ever play games. And then he went for like the fun moment, but he wasn't confident enough to
No, he
like
wasn't.
really didn't want to drag it out.
He was
So
like,
he
fuck
just
it.
didn't even show what it was. It was just a green hat. And he was like, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
never mind. Let me give it. I
You know,
wish he would have went with the black on black LSU hat.
That was a clean one.
I know he should have brought it back.
Smooth of him to do that at their game, at A&M's game. though.
But speaking of Toviano, what
Big ad. I love it.
continue?
Great kid. Great player. Really good football player. Like, I could see him ending up at safety. He could test his hand at corner. But just a really good defensive back. He's not going to run a 4-4 or whatever, but he can play ball. and that's what you need. And I think he'll be someone who galvanizes that defensive backs room. You heard him. He's putting on a show up there.
He was. He was holding court, and he was also touching that LSU hat every chance he had. He was just kind of lurking over
That's
there.
my baby.
I know what I'm picking.
Trying to graduate champions.
But you think he, obviously with the bowl game, Taviano can't play, but I'm just saying they're moving Jay Ward to corner,
He might be able to play.
Jay Ward has a lot of versatility.
Oh, I agree,
I think
but I'm
Taviano
just
is
saying.
like that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Is that like a good comp for him?
Yeah, I think that's a good comp. Different body types, different players, but Taviano's probably a bit more physical as a safety.
I know he can partake in bowl practice for sure.
Yeah, those guys, those early enrollees will get here and start practicing in bowl practice.
They can't play though.
No, getting him mid-year and turning around and putting him on a college field is probably not the best idea,
The dude
even
from
if you could
Tennessee
do it.
Can. I saw something that the kid from Tennessee is eligible to play in their bowl game and practice.
Well, Kelly said something about mid-years. He made a comment. He was like, I'm glad that redshirt guys can play in this game and not lose the red shirt. He was like, because that's good. It's good for player safety. And it's impossible to think mid-years could be ready to turn around and play in a game on January 2nd.
That would be insane.
Yeah, you wouldn't do that.
Well,
You
there's
just got
one.
out of high school.
Oh, well, I was going to say there's one guy you could add that's suspended at another school, but he ain't suspended for LSU. Denver Harris.
Yeah.
Boy, if you're that hard up for corners against Purdue.
I mean, Coach, we need to look over something.
Hey, they added Drew Brees, coach. I'm he's going to dial something up.
PC.
Put his son's in the game.
PCGINBIGD. I don't know what that would be. As Shea, do you think Brad Davis is done for this class? I do.
He could have done better.
Why? I think those are 4 linemen.
No, I said he could not have done.
Could not have done.
Yeah,
better.
I mean, he
no
cleaned
doubt.
up.
You got the two best players in the state on the O line, and then you went into Georgia and got two really good players, and it looks like you fended off Auburn, Florida State for DJ Chester. So yes, if all holds, I would think he's done. That's a nice foursome.
Gonna be kicking that foot back for a long time. LSU, baby.
Stephen Miller asked Shea, easier question. How many more years do we have to deal with dual signing days? I don't know if that is easier. I don't know the answer.
Oh, he just asked you like you were like the NCAA
I know.
president or something.
I'm going to get with my boy who's coming in, the new president.
The governor.
See what he's saying.
Governor.
I wouldn't be surprised at some point if they moved a signing period, like basketball and everyone else has it in late November or whatever, and it's just like if you want to do it, get it out of the way. And then you have one in February. And then there's not this mad dash and bowl season and guys leaving and all that to have to do. Portal.
That's still killing you, clearly.
3 weeks of it.
He's dead. He's about to die.
Charlie Oliver, broken record every forum. Damn D-line, jeez. People act like the staff isn't going to get any D-line. Say it again for the people in the back, Charlie. It'll be fine.
I mean, y'all act like we ain't got no D-line, man.
Excuse me. If fans are noticing an issue with depth or personnel, I'm quite confident that the coaches and Brian Kelly are aware of that and see it and know how to address it. So,
but you also can expect to find.
All we can do is sit back and watch.
You can't expect to find another Mekhi Wingo, right? Like that seems like that's as good of an ad as you can get in the portal.
You don't know who else is going to hit the portal, so maybe. No one, even when Mekhi Wingo came here and everyone was like, he was an all SEC freshman, no one was like, oh yeah, that dude's going to be
plug and play for Mason Smith.
Yeah.
That's going to be your best.
As Shea, is Mason coming back? I assume he means Mason Smith. Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Has to, sophomore.
Watch the bodies hit the floor.
He's going to Colorado.
Stevie G, Shea, percentage landing Ricks, percentage landing Harris. Harris is tough because he's a portal guy. I just think LSU's, I would consider them to be the team that other teams have to beat out. Percentage landing Ricks, above 50%. I just feel like they've known what they have to do to get him, and they've put themselves in that spot. But they got his last visit. They got multiple visits during the year. They have immediate playing time.
Doesn't it? And that's what I wanted to ask you. If they do add somebody like a Denver Harris, is that, and obviously see the Taviano commitment, and they wanted to play corner his first year, does any of that affect Desmond Ricks and his?
I mean,
you've seen the percentage drop from 90 to 50.
No, I can't speak for Desmond Ricks, but they only have two cornerbacks on the roster. One of them, Seven Banks, hasn't played in 2 years. LaTerrence Welsh has never played corner in a
Coming
game.
off 2 ACLs as well.
So, and he made it through this year healthy. He played a bunch of games, played special teams. You have to have more than one corner. Like,
Yeah, you can't just have 2 corners and be like, oh, we'll play a whole
they're,
season with 2.
those guys, I think, all see playing time as a very advantageous thing that LSU can offer.
I will say.
So I'm above 50% on Ricks.
Oh, God.
What are you saying?
Just feel like I've been down this road before, where somebody that felt like was LSU the entire time, Patrick Surtain.
Well, why do you feel like he's been LSU the whole? That's your fault.
That's y'all's fault. I've read it on 3.
I didn't tell you that they've been
89%.
in the lead the whole time. I said going into the final 3 visits, I thought LSU was in a good spot.
But I'm just saying I've been down this road before.
Well, then that's
We'll
your
be all
fault.
right. We're cool. We'll be all right.
Yeah, you were down this road a year ago with Aaron Anderson, and look where he is now.
Well, I don't want to wait a year.
Okay, you need it
I want to do it now.
right
I want it
now.
now.
Tomorrow. I want it tomorrow.
All right.
Well, is he committing tomorrow?
Who?
Desmond.
Thursday. Get your own spotlight.
He's going to let the hoopla.
Yeah, let that go.
Let the dust settle. And then
Let all the
big
kids
dogs.
who are committed go.
Then the big dogs.
Then you take center stage.
Where's he commit at? Is he commit like live on his Instagram or something?
I don't know. I think he has a ceremony. I'll check.
Probably on ESPN or something.
Yeah, I would bet.
We'll take that.
Stephen Miller, what's more?
I don't want to do it.
What's more important, doing well?
I can't play videos.
Yeah. Doing well in early signing day or doing well in the spring portal? Ooh, I think early signing day. Because if you're going to sign 25 guys, that's the bulk of your class. And you want to – it's more important to sign and develop high school guys than continue to plug and play portal guys, in my opinion. So I would say signing day is more important. Cordell Music asks, Shea, do you think Swinson from Oregon really loves LSU? You know, a lot of kids say they love LSU, then they go somewhere. You're talking like Lloyd over here.
Dream school.
I think Swinson, who's an edge rusher, coming from Oregon, was just at LSU this past weekend. He's from Georgia. He's got some buddies on the team. I will be surprised if he doesn't go to LSU. So there's an edge guy. And your Deshaun Womack was going to be playing edge. You could put a guy like that there. You got Desmond Little on roster.
Desmond Little transferred.
I mean Xavier Carter.
Yeah.
The power.
Very similar type of player. That didn't even make sense. Oh,
It did. It made a lot of sense.
Love
get
you,
it now.
Shea.
You're down here. Get on my level.
Get on my level.
And
So
we're going off the rail here.
So the Swinson kid is like,
Date, marry, kill.
oh,
Flo from Progressive, Lily from AT&T,
Jugs.
or Stifler's moms from the Old Navy commercials.
okay, Stifler's mom. I don't even know who that is.
What?
From the Old Navy commercial? Oh, Stifler's mom? Yeah. Okay. Stifler's mom.
She's in White Lotus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly.
I would marry her because
She's got all that money.
I think she's got a lot of connects in the biz.
Yeah, and I would like to cuck Stifler. I'd like to be his dad.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm marrying her.
I'm killing Flo.
Wait. Oh, yeah. Flo is gone. I guess I'm out. I'm out on
I might
Flo
do that anyway.
All
Flo
right.
from Progressive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm out.
So, but now we got to date Lily.
Lily, well, yeah,
that's kinda hot.
All right, then
and
we're
she's got
there.
connection with LeBron.
Yeah. And she has the phone connection. Multiple phones.
The girl with the big old jugs on the
AT&T
AT&T commercial.
commercials. Yeah. She's hot.
New
I think
phone.
she is. Yeah, new
Who
phone.
did?
And then if we just do kick it, I'm kicking it with the Allstate guy. He gets
Allstate
to hang
lady,
out with all
Flo?
the basketball players.
Oh, Chris Paul?
Yeah, not
Cliff
Chris,
Ball.
but the other guy.
Oh, yeah, the fake Drake?
Yeah,
Jake from
Yes.
State Farm?
the Jake from State. Is it
No,
State Farm
he's-
or Allstate?
That's State Farm. But they were
No.
talking about Flo from
I know.
Progressive.
I'm added one. I'm kicking it with the guy.
Oh, yeah, he just
that-
wants a friend.
Gets to hang
yeah,
out with
that's
all
the
the
guy
bas-
from State Farm. Jake
That's- yeah.
from State Farm.
That's who I'm rocking with.
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Khakis.
Khakis?
She sounds hideous.
Yes. Well, it's a guy, so.
One Nardi asked Shea, I signed up. How do I get my hat? I'll tweet that today for you. So if you follow me on Twitter at Shea Dixon, or if you signed up, go to the board, and then there'll be a thread about it.
The hat's
I'll
going to
bump
be
that
there
too.
tomorrow.
Then the hat shows up instantly.
Instantly.
Okay, John Bro asked Shea, does Dalen Austin wait to sign? This is a great question. Now so Dalen Austin has been committed to LSU, but he's a California kid. He's a corner. He's a really good one. You want to hold on to him. He's visited a bunch of other schools, so you already had him on Flip Watch, and it's just hard to hold on to California kids if you're trying to get them all the way to LSU. Now there is people on the Oregon side saying he might sign Wednesday and not wait till February, but that it would be with Oregon. So
how do you do this?
Let's keep an eye on this. Well, I don't really care where Dalen, or where any of these kids go. It's their life. They're having fun with it.
Sure.
The portal makes all this a lot easier.
Shea said he's just here to write about it, not here to.
Have you lost your love for LSU?
If the portal didn't exist and you couldn't go get a Denver Harris and you couldn't go get that, you would freak out a whole lot more about what
then I think Dalen Austin
would
would probably come to
Desmond
LSU
Ricks or whatever.
And that's what I think is probably more of the interesting thing with the portal is you're starting to see kids that are maybe on LSU's.
I don't know if we have data on that yet, right? Like, you think kids are being scared off by potential portal additions?
I think they're being told.
Okay.
Like, wouldn't it be, if you're doing your due diligence as a coach, be like, look, I want to give you the opportunity to get to the portal because I feel pretty strongly we're going to add Denver Harris if that is something that affects you.
I don't think they have any of those combos.
Really?
I think you're in or you're out. Here's what you need to do to develop. Don't worry about anybody else. So this is what we've been trying to talk about.
This is all true.
Brian Waiter.
Killer be killed.
As Shea, I missed Nicholas Harbor commitment. I see him 100% to USC East. I don't think he committed.
No, he did not until February.
That's probably just the thing, yeah. But I don't know there. I got to see him. I know I've been putting him in prediction pieces and having fun with it. I got to see him get to campus.
Who, Harbor?
He's never visited.
This is true.
So we're playing once he gets to campus, then we're really like, all right, is LSU in the mix here? No one's ever committed somewhere that they've never even visited. So
these are all truthful.
We're pausing until February there, though.
But still feel in the mix?
I mean, in the mix, yeah, sure, but I think there's like a bunch of teams like South Carolina, Maryland, Michigan. They've all gotten him to campus a ton. Some are close to home, all that. So
it feels like LSU was one of the first to kind of be on
Well,
Harbor.
Jamar Cain did a really good job of recruiting him, got him in there, but look, we can see what happens in February. But we want to wait to see him actually visit before we say, like, oh, I feel great about it. Jerry Rivera asked Shea, is Isaac Smith the safety from Mississippi in this class? Great question, Jerry. Okay, so that's the one we're watching Wednesday, beyond Kamori and Pimpton, the tight end at Vandy, to see if he maybe flips to LSU or Texas, and that would just be lanyap if you could pull something like that off. They really want Isaac Smith. Great kid, a lot like a Toviano, like hell of a football player, would be great for the locker room, great in the DB room, leader on the team. Like, they really, really want him. Here's the issue. The competition is Mississippi State.
They're not even listed on the RPM machine.
Don't worry about that. Worry about what I'm telling you.
I'm listening.
He's from Itawamba. So Starkville's obviously closer to home for him than LSU would be. He's a Mississippi kid. The top 5 players in the state of Mississippi, the top 3 are going to Ole Miss. Number 4 is going to Oregon. Number 5 is Isaac Smith. You'd have to think State says, we got to get one of the top guys in the state. So that Isaac Smith is the top uncommitted guy. They're all after him. Obviously, with the passing of Mike Leach, there was some uncertainty there of what their staff would look like. Well, I think promoting Zach Arnett and keeping the defensive staff there helps you out a lot with Isaac Smith, considered that's who's been recruiting him the whole time. So he doesn't lose any familiarity or relationships there.
And you go from an offensive guy to a defensive guy who's going to make him more of a priority, right?
Yeah, or just that they just continue to make him a priority. I've talked to some folks up in Starkville who've said, hey, look, we could see this going either way, but State feels like at the end of the day they can keep him home. LSU feels like, hey, at the end of the day there's a chance for us to actually steal him out of there. So I think that his final decision will come tonight, and then he'll announce tomorrow. So,
and as
there's a chance.
But as you've always said,
it's close, though.
Impossible to pull. Not impossible.
Not impossible. LSU signed a bunch of kids from Mississippi. It's tough to do it. The last kid I can remember LSU getting on signing day was Ray Darius Jones, who just transferred home to State. So, yeah. I don't know. We're watching that one. Great kid. Really good football player out of Itawamba. They'd love to have him.
He's got 6 unofficial visits to Ole Miss, 2 with LSU, 2.
He's probably made more than that.
Well, I'm just looking at your website.
Well, that also takes in people like me going in and logging all those visits, and
It's not your fault.
it's not mine. Caleb Jackson, Cordell Music said, is signing on the 21st. Yep. I'd expect almost all of the current commits to sign. Mac Daddy Donk didn't know about the hat.
He collects ads.
Mac Daddy, get on it. Bengal Tiger hats. They're free with $1 membership for the year. Hunter Fournette. Shout out Hunter for the $10.
Shout out Hunter for the $10.
Cali kids are wishy-washy as hell. And I just think it's so far from home. And I know other teams have signed many Cali kids. I don't know why LSU can't or hasn't, but it's just been sort of a road bump for them. I don't know why. Beyond that, they've got other options. Like West Coast options.
Yeah, you just saw the Stewie, who's the quarterback that just flipped to UCLA?
Oh, Dante Moore. He's from like DC.
He's from Michigan.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's not from that area, but I guess he's been flirting with UCLA.
Well, who was he committed to originally?
Oregon.
Oregon.
Oh, I guess it just felt like a West Coast kid.
So maybe Oregon needs to go out and make a couple signing day splashes now.
Bo Nix is coming back next year.
Bo Nix is
he's
coming
gonna
back.
Play 18 years of college football.
Bo Nix, baby.
Shout out Brian for the kind comments. John Bro asked Shea, does Jalen Lee come home from Florida? I think so, yes. Jalen Lee is a Live Oak kid. He was once committed to LSU. They had a sort of a parting of ways. He played a few years at Florida. I think he could be a nice... You need to add multiple pieces to that interior defensive line. I think as a nose tackle, he'd be someone you would want to add.
And when you consider somebody like a Jalen Lee, guys that have LSU or Louisiana ties, I should say, how many more are out there left in the portal?
That are LSU caliber?
Mm-hmm.
Denver Harris, Jalen Lee,
Aaron Anderson, God.
Aaron Anderson. I mean, just depends. They're guys like Gavin Holmes will get monitored or looked at. I'm sure they're looking at all of them, but there'll be more enter. Just that's how the numbers will work. More guys will go in. Football God asks Shea, will a coach recruit an older brother in hopes of getting the younger brother one day?
Yes.
Is that a Dylan Moses question?
It's a Weeks question.
Oh. I don't know. I like both the Weeks. Whit Weeks put up like 100 and some tackles this year at Coney County. He had a big year.
With.
And they needed linebacker depth, and West gave him that. West played in a lot of games as a backup linebacker.
A lot of losses.
No, he's in a bunch of SC games.
Hey, man.
But he could be talking about Keelan Moses, obviously. Yeah. What grade is his the youngest in? 8th?
12th.
No.
No, this
It
kid's
could
monster.
be.
He might be in like 6th grade.
You watched his
6th or 7th grade. He's not old. Like, he's young.
I wonder if Football God is from Itawamba. He said if you're from Itawamba, the first thing you want to do is get far away from Itawamba. Okay. Cordell Music asked Shea, have you ever had to block someone from the message board? If anyone out there has been blocked, it wasn't me.
Hunter Fournette got blocked.
In my old days, Sonny was the... and now Billy cracks the whip.
Can you get Hunter Fournette back on there? I mean, he doesn't.
Is he banned?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
We got to talk to Billy, who will be coming on tomorrow.
Oh, I'll tell you. Don't worry, Hunter. I'll talk to Billy. You'll be back today.
Well, also, what did you do?
I don't know what he did. Dylan Wright asked Shea, Jay Ward, is that a good comp for Michael Dougherty? Same body type and style of play. Yes. I think Dougherty's a pure nickel. So Jay Ward has played a bunch of nickel. Gosh, what would a really good... Yeah, I mean, I just think the comp is that he's a nickel. He's a very much of a hybrid. Can play in the box, corner, safety type, but is best at nickel. Can be physical. Greg Brooks did some of that.
You think he comes back?
Greg Brooks, I do, which I think would be huge. Let's see.
What about
My bad, Hunter. I didn't see that I had skipped that question. I'll talk to Billy.
What about is it Fouché or Fuchsia? Fuchsia?
Joe Fuchsia? I think he's out of eligibility.
He doesn't have a COVID year?
I think he already used it.
They actually said it was a Bo Bordelon question. Bo Bordelon has a younger brother. I don't think you would have to. The Bordelons are like royalty around LSU. And, Bo Bordelon looks good when you see him in person. If he can put it together on the field, that's a big kid. Not any bad weight. And then he's got a little brother at Newman. He's a very good offensive lineman as well, who I think they'll get.
What about is Arch Manning's brother even a consideration for like playing at
I
the
didn't
next
realize
level?
he had one until recently.
I think he plays center.
Yeah. I don't know. No, I'm not going down the Manning route.
Rabbit hole.
John Bro asked Shea, was Edgerrin Cooper ever in the portal? So, no, he never officially went in. What was it, Stewie? He was like on Instagram being like, portal, question mark? And
Wait, who is this?
Edge Cooper.
Oh, yeah, he like flirted with the portal.
Yeah, he flirted with
He flirted with the portal.
He flirted with the portal and then posted
And
like,
then
a
A&M
video. Yeah.
reeled him back.
And like, he posted a video like not leaving the place I started something at.
He did a hype video announcing he was not entering the portal. I'm not kidding.
I know. That's where we are now.
This is where we at?
Put your condom on. You flirt with the portal.
Cordell
Oh,
Music
that
said
thing
Whit
on.
Weeks is another Tackett
Tag it.
state champ.
Tag Curtis,
MVP
baby.
of the state championship
MVP.
game.
Because of his offense.
Hunter DM'd a guy and basically told him to STFU. Which he thought was fine because it wasn't on the board.
Yeah, I feel like that's fair.
All right.
So whoever you did that to, Hunter, obviously
I'll talk to
ratted
Billy.
on you.
I'll talk to Billy. Oh, damn. Daryl Dunn said keep him banned.
It might have been Daryl Dunn. We might have beef in the chat.
It's Inspector Daryl Dunn.
Oh my God! He goes yes.
Ask Shea, any recruits from South Louisiana for LSU? They have a bunch of committed guys from Southwest Louisiana, I guess he's asking. What would that be considered? Like Lake Charles and over?
Mm-hmm.
I guess not. They don't have any Lake Charles kids this cycle. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't think about that before now, Shane. I guess they do not have any recruits from Southwest Louisiana.
Is there anybody that they should?
Stewie, am I missing anyone? What is considered Southwest Louisiana?
The Lake Charles area
And over?
and over. Yeah.
Like to Orange and
Mhm.
the border?
Mm,
I don't think they have any.
no. None. I don't think they have any from
But they don't have any players.
Acadiana either.
Yeah, Shane, I don't think they do. I hadn't thought about that. And none from the Acadiana, which is typically odd. Or typically you would have somebody in each class from the Acadiana area.
A lot of BR love around here, though.
That's right. John Bro asked Shea if Jalen Catalon enters a portal, do we have a shot? Well, I saw his Arkansas. He announced he was going into the portal. I don't know if he's there or not, but I'll monitor that. I will monitor that.
Isn't that like Arkansas's best defensive player, pretty much?
He was one of them. Dwight
He-
McGlothern's pretty good.
Wasn't he hurt this year, though?
He was hurt. And then someone said he was suspended, maybe. I don't know.
Give me those kids.
Ugh.
I can't remember. I'm not maybe making that up. Jalen might be a fine young man. I have no idea.
We'll see. We'll check into it.
Man, Hunter and Daryl are old friends, actually. They're just catching up.
Oh, Matt Reynolds with a power chat. Shea, have you talked with our mutual friend Pulitzer Prize winner James Varney lately?
Oh, man. $10, Matt. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I have not talked to Varney lately. Man, that's a throwback. So Matt Reynolds and I used to run around in my
Brothers.
early days.
Brothers 3.
Well, he was at Tiger Rag at the time. I was at Scout back in the day. And, God, we had some good times with Jim Varney, Pulitzer winner
Good times.
out of the Picayune, the old Picayune. And Jim would take us under his wing and take a couple young bucks out,
Shea the ropes.
just having a good old time. Matt's been living up in North Louisiana in God's country for a while. Hope you're well, Matt. I miss you, brother. We'll catch up soon.
Oh, Jim Varney's dead.
I don't think that's the Jim Varney that we're talking about. Unless we were hanging out with a ghost from 04 to 12 or 13, 14. Jerry Rivera asked Shea top linebacker and D-line for 24. Man, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
What about Huge Erection? Who asked?
Well, Stewie, who's our boy from Duncanville?
Colin Simmons.
Colin Simmons. That's that dude for 24 on the D-line.
Heavy LSU lean.
Get all over that one.
Loves LSU.
And Duncanville kids never go.
No,
Where's my girl?
They got 3.
She had all the Duncanville scoop.
Jamil. She's
Jamil did
back
say
in
she
Dallas right now.
was on the
Recruitment.
ground.
Yeah.
Get the
Boots
info.
on the ground.
Yes.
We're going to talk to Jamil and then get back to you.
FaceTimer.
Oh, anything? Larry
She's
Francis
gonna
said
answer.
anything west of Lafayette's southwest. So still none. I'd have to think about linebacker, but
Did you see
D-line for sure. We have that one.
Did you see Huge G Erection? Now, I think Huge Erection, obviously. Is Derek Williams still a heavy lean for Texas?
I'd have to think so,
because you said LSU was still never gave up.
unless he doesn't sign this week and then's like making visits in January or whatever. But
that would be a massive.
look, they're trying.
That's all you can ask.
That's all you can ask. I can promise you, behind the scenes, they're trying to flip him.
Is it a NIL thing?
Some people have said that. I've never talked to Derek or about that or any people, so I'd hate to say that and that not be the reason.
Look at
But
the guy.
people have said it. Graduation, Stewie.
It's me after graduation.
No.
After I
All right, so
graduated.
we've decided Southwest Louisiana is Lafayette to Texas, but they didn't even have any Acadiana guys this year. So, Cordell Music asked Shea, my family's from Bastrop, anybody to look for in the 24 class up north? Yeah, gosh, it's tough for me to shift my mind ahead.
Any predictions for tomorrow? If you had to pop,
Well, tomorrow would just be Isaac Smith, and then if they can flip Pimpton.
that's who I was interested in. Any news?
I think at this point you just consider that lanyap. If you get him, great. If he sticks with Vandy, you respect it. If he flips at the last second to Texas, despite them offering like yesterday, then you were never going to get him out of Texas if they were coming after him. So
maybe a portal get.
Oh, dude, I'll tell you what, though. Southwest Louisiana will be popping next year.
Yes.
And Juwan Johnson is that dude. He'll play
guy.
corner in college, but boy,
500, 600
at
total
quarterback,
yards in the
he
state
was just
championship.
rolling on them.
He was like Max Duggan in the TCU game.
He died.
Just dying, willing his team to win. Almost brought him back too. I want to say he had like a play at the end where they could have won, but they didn't. It's tough.
Oh, you know what? They already have a commitment. Xavier Atkins, right? He's from Jonesboro Hodge. That'd be considered North Louisiana.
Beat the
Jonesboro.
brakes off of them in high school.
Jonesboro.
Damn, Juwan's getting after it.
Coach, he is a player.
Yeah, he put up 500 yards. They lost, but it was a hell of a game. Yeah, so that'd be one to watch. Go check him out. But yeah, there'll be some Monroe Shreveport guys that pop up.
See who we got offers out to around here.
Oh, they're thinking we're talking about Ernest Jim Varney. Yeah,
He's dead.
yeah, he's dead. That's not the Jim Varney we're talking
Moment
about.
of silence for Ernest.
There we go.
There we go.
As Shea, it's early for 24. Do you think they pull Tylen Singleton out of Manny? They'll have a good shot. They have to get things back on track. They haven't had a Manny kid to LSU in a while. Nick Jacobs, was he a Manny kid?
That's a
Yeah,
wild
I played
question.
against him in high school. He concussed me,
Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
and he kicked. He was their kicker, field goal kicker, kick returner, punt returner, tight end, defensive end.
All right, let's rock here the final few before we get out of here. Charlie Oliver asked Shea any flip commits at all. They're working on Kamorian Pimpton, who's committed to Vandy. Some other kids who are committed at different D-line spots. You take swings at the end. Derek Williams, they'll always try to be working. So there's some names in there. Does Trey Green make it to LSU in 2024? Yes, the Feliciana tight end. I do think so. He also plays basketball. Shea, is LSU recruited DFW area like South Texas? No, not traditionally, but I think they begin to. I think the alumni base, LSU base in Texas or in DFW is starting to grow. Not to where Houston is necessarily, but I think that LSU will start to have a footprint more in the DFW area. I do.
Do you think that there's any sort of pipeline after the Jack Besh to TCU? Or they're going to start trying to dabble?
TCU always does a great job.
I know.
Always had
Half
Louisiana
TCU's
pipeline.
team's badass Louisiana dudes. So yeah, they'll just keep that rocking. TCU does a great job in Louisiana. Brian Burgess asks Shea any promising prospects from Bogalusa or Franklinton. Man, that's
Franklin.
quite specific. I'd have to look.
Got a few cats in Franklin, coach.
I'd have to look for the coming years to see where they're at there. Franklin has like that Ja'Shawn Johnson kid.
He was a Mississippi State lean. That's the intel I got on him.
Yeah,
That he
I
was
think he's
leaning.
got an offer. He's a DB.
That's where he was leaning.
He's for
at
next
first,
year.
Before Mike Leach passed. But now it's kind of.
Let's see. Is LSU looking at any players from South Carolina? God, South Carolina's got a bunch of dudes in the portal, I guess. I'll check there. I haven't heard anything big.
Not shocked. South Carolina's making moves.
What's up with the Northwood Shreveport guys? Neither committed anywhere. It's not really a hotbed. Yeah, I don't know. Tadarius Collins and then Marjavius Moss, who are both good players. I don't know what they're up to this signing day, or if they wait. Like I saw Harvey Broussard said, even though he committed to Memphis, he's waiting until February now. So some of these kids can wait till February, and they could pick up some bigger offers. Just a heads up.
Are you nervous about tomorrow?
No.
Just your work day?
As Shea, is it inevitable the cornerback commit from Cal is going to go elsewhere? He's never mentioned with the current class. I think people just know that if it happens, you're not surprised because he's taking other visits and he's not even from close to here. But, boy, you'd love to keep him, and they are trying hard. Hunter Fournette wants a GoPro on my head. It would probably just be me, like,
Doing regular shit.
yeah. Last one, Jared
My
Rivera.
dog.
Ask Shea any surprises tomorrow. I would consider Pimpton if they got him to be a surprise. Now, Jalen Lee's supposed to make an announcement tomorrow. If any other portal guys make an announcement, I guess that could be said as a surprise just because of the timing, maybe not the result.
What was your biggest signing day?
They're in
that
it
you've
for
covered?
Isaac Smith, so I don't think that's would be a surprise. But shout out everybody in the chat. I got the last one in. We're rocking. What are you saying?
What was your biggest signing day flip for you for LSU and against LSU that you've seen? Patrick Surtain comes to mind.
Gunnar Keel flipping away from LSU
Oh.
when Les said he had no chests was a big win.
Was that at the Bash?
Uh-huh.
Why did he say that's just... It's like,
Gunnar Kiel, and then he played for about 5 different schools. He went to Notre Dame, then Cincinnati, then got benched. And
I mean, Raheem Jarrett and Jermaine Burton it felt like a double punch at the moment. So that one, for fans, I think stung. Biggest flip to LSU?
Adams,
He didn't flip.
but
Not many kids flip on signing
what was he, a
day.
Texas lean at first?
and that was with the whole Hootie Jones debacle.
Howdy.
I don't know who the flip to LSU would be.
I mean, I think we came out on the brighter side of that one.
Yeah, no doubt.
Absolutely.
But I'll say this on my way out here. We discussed this
You're
a lot.
leaving.
We're at an hour. I got stuff to do
Well,
today.
he was about to say
I'm
that.
backed up, guys.
Man.
I am leaving.
I did try to get Shea to come in tomorrow and do the war room, but he's too busy. He's too nervous.
I mean, no, I'm busy as hell. We discussed the most disappointing signing days, and we're ranking RIP Joe McKnight at number 1. The Bash it was over. And they had signed like Chad Jones. They were getting all kind of dudes. But it was like, damn, Joe McKnight's gone. We suck again.
What a buzzkill.
Yeah, it
we
sucked.
suck again.
And he was the man at
Did
Curtis.
Joe McKnight win a championship at USC?
No.
I don't think so.
Oh, well,
Well,
you did.
Joe McKnight.
But
There was
RIP
a whole story about him.
RIP Joe McKnight. But boy, golly,
He almost went to Ole Miss.
that was, yeah, Frank will read Meat Market. You'll read all about
did.
Frank Wilson and Coach O and them doing their thing.
Oh, talk to a daddy.
Hugh Freeze, personnel director at the time.
They had a hell of a staff.
That was a great
I had
staff.
talked to a daddy, and daddy said he ain't.
And then we ranked number 2, 5 for 5.
And
And while you came
what a
out on the great end of 5 for 5, the 2 you get are top 10 picks, and the other 3 don't even get drafted.
yeah,
So it worked out very great for you.
see, but if they come, to
But
LSU,
that day, and what made it that day bad, like Joe McKnight was, I'm going to USC, boom, and it just happened. And then your day's ruined. Perhaps your month, your year, however you want to put it.
4 years.
Everything's ruined for you. But 5 for 5 got drug out on national TV across like a 3-hour broadcast.
yeah,
So as someone on our
I
board
skipped school
described
that
it,
day.
it was like a heavyweight fight where you were just getting body blowed one after the next, and you just.
I'm
and
in the corner taking.
At some point
taking
before
punches.
Fournette went, like people were convinced that Saban was going to Texas and he was going to take Fournette with him, even though Tony Brown had already committed during that stretch to Alabama. But they're like, yeah, Saban couldn't tell Tony Brown he was leaving though, but he did tell Fournette, so Fournette's going to go to Texas.
And this is when we were tracking flights. We
And
were
boy,
doing
it was-
airplane tail numbers.
It felt like body blow after body blow.
And then you get the University of.
oh, that one almost took me out, coach.
That's what I'm saying. You
I
had
was a kid.
that-
I was a junior. Fournette was a senior, so I was in my house like
And
he's
then
about to go to Bama.
3 would be Landon Collins because Landon's an unbelievable player. He ends up being
LSU
an
killer.
early second-round pick, and not a lot of safeties. Jamal Adams goes top 10, but not a lot of safeties go in the first round. But Landon, phenomenal player. But it was also the timing of it because it was like
That was
right before like a run that
no,
Bama was
yeah,
having.
and it was right after the Natty.
Yeah.
It was just like
Then
wow.
it
He
just
hates
gave
it.
all the momentum to Bama. It just felt like, man, we're never going to catch up. That's how LSU fans felt.
That's what makes me nervous about Ricks. It feels in that
I
same
mean,
vein.
but he's not from Louisiana,
Yeah.
so it doesn't hurt.
No,
as bad.
I know that, but it just feels like the times when LSU is in the lead like this for like a.
Well, you're
outstanding-
presuming they're in the lead. No one told you they
But
have some
see,
big
like
lead.
usually to me,
What hurt is Surtan when the kid says you're in the lead all the way until signing day, and then he
Dream
picks
school.
somebody up.
His dad was from
Pick
New
somebody else.
Orleans.
Hmm. Played for the Saints.
Yeah, and the Dolphins.
I don't know if he's
played
from.
for Nick Saban though
from
with
New
the
Orleans,
Dolphins, I think.
yeah.
So that kind of.
Nick Saban's always got something up his sleeve.
Danny Lewis hurt last year.
All right, I got to get rolling.
Play us out.
Shout out Lance Beal. Shout out everyone in the chat.
Shout out.
Everybody. Happy signing day week.
Merry Christmas. Merry Flipmas.
We'll see.
Flipmas.
Merry Flipmas.
That was the Power Hour with Shea Dixon.
Happy graduation to Stewie.
Happy graduation to Stewie.
When you going to get that degree, Lloyd?
I got 2.
It's you, boy. A high school and a college.
And a master's, bro.
Go ahead, though.
Man, got 3, bro.
I got 3 degrees. All C's.
All C's, coach.
D's
And we
get-
about to play
These get
in the
degrees.
cheese. Bowl. Let's roll.
You see what these 3
Land.
degrees did for him.
Uh-huh.